Let's customize our Visual Studio Code in this video. In the previous video we have installed theme and we come to know about all the menus, and in this video let's do some more settings. If you go to the setting, you can go to setting. Of course, from here it will show you all the setting. On this side of your application you can see the settings which are by default, and the right side the settings which have been saved for the user. As you can see, user setting, we have workspace setting. Workspace setting is the settings which you can save in any workspace. Let's say you are building a big project and you have a file for that project, and inside that project for Visual Studio, and then you can just save the setting for that file. That way, if you open that project, all the setting will apply to that project. If you open another project, this setting will not work on that. So that is the workspace setting, which we will not use today, but in the future we might use that. So if you just come here around, let's say we customize it a little bit. This is called activity bar. If you don't want to see this one, you can just hide it. If you come here and search for activity bar, as you can see, here is the workbench activity bar. Visibility is true. If you click on the edit here to the false, it will copy that here and change it to the false. As you can see, now I don't have that one. Now I can save it and everything will work just fine. If you if you want to see that one, you can come here again. You can change it to true. If you come to true, and it will show you here. For me, I can use it because sometimes I can just toggle. If you can remember the shortcut, Control-Shift-E for the search, for the Explorer, Control-Shift-E, and for the source control or get, you can Control-Shift-G. You can memorize that. You can just hide it. For me, it is fine if it is there. So the next thing you can do is, let's say we have your open editor here. If you don't want to show all the open file, because when you open any file, them. If you don't want to show this one, you can customize it too. So again, you go to the setting. Okay, just the search is very powerful. You can just search the setting and it will show you right away. Let's search for the open editor. If you search something like that, visibility, here it is, Explorer open editor visible. As you can see, the default is equal to 9, means 9 file will be open here. They will show only 9 file. If I just copy to setting and change it to 0 and then save it, as you can see, it is hidden. Now none of them, it will show nothing. That's why it is equal to 0. So now you have a better one. The next thing that you can easily customize it, of course you should go around it by yourself. There are many options you can do for now, but the next thing is the keyboard shortcut. The keyboard shortcut is very important. When you use any tool, you must know all the keyboard shortcuts, because as a developer, when you put your finger on the keyboard, all you do is to focus on the writing code. If you take your hand over the mouse, it will take time. Of course you will not feel it, but every second will count, and that will take a lot of time. But if you go to the setting, you have the keyboard shortcut here. When you go to keyboard shortcut, it is all keyboard shortcuts. If you press Ctrl Alt up arrow, it will add a cursor above, something like that. You can just come down and see all the keyboard shortcuts, but defaults, some of them are good, but some of them you can change them and make it the way you like. If you are new, to the editor, the default, get to know the default one, because the defaults are already good. They are chosen by developers, so they are working just fine. But if you are coming from a background like Sublime Text, you might want to use those keyboard shortcuts. Again, there are some extension for those. You can install the extension and all the keyboard shortcuts will work as it was working in the Sublime Text or any other text editor. So for now, let me show you one of the things that I mostly do when I am working. Let's open a file and test how you can customize the keyboard shortcuts here. As you can see, we have a font here. What if I want to move it in another line? Yeah, I can press the Alt up arrow will move up, down will bring it down. It is very easy. You don't need to control, you like cut it and paste it. Just press Alt, up, down, anywhere you want you can move this one. If you want to duplicate the same line of code, sometimes you need to duplicate and CSS, not in any other part of your web designing. If you want to duplicate any part of the code, just select them, Control Shift D. Of course, for you it is not going to work. Control Shift D will not duplicate the same thing. I have customized it. How I customize it? Because this keyboard shortcut is working the same in Sublime Text. So because I have worked with Sublime Text, I am used to using that. That's why I use that. If you come here, you can find the one I use. Let's say you have, oh yeah, as you can see, Control Shift D. It is a user. Source is a user, means copy line down. If you have selected line, it will copy it down. The same way you can customize it. If you want to change it, just click on this one. Now it will show you another keyboard shortcut. Just press anything you want. Let's say Control Shift and K. Now press enter. It will save that one. Control Shift K. If I come here this time, if I select this one, Control Shift K, yes, it will work like that. Now Control Shift D, it will not work because we have changed it. Again, you can come here. You don't want, you want to reset it. Control Shift D and press enter. Yes, now it is working. If I come back here, select this one, Control Shift D, again it's working. This is this much simple. You can customize it the way you want. It is very flexible, and this is how you can get around and customize it. You can copy selection, Control C, which is of course common, and there are a lot more you can customize. For example, I can hide the sidebar. If I Control B, sidebar hide. This is toggle. Control B, it will show like that. So that is how you can customize it and how you can make it for yourself the way you want. I hope this video has been informative for you. If you have any question, feel free to comment below the video, and we will continue our web design in the next video, because I feel this is important to know the tools. That's why I show you some of the basic thing about Visual Studio. If I am doing anything fancy and you don't understand, that is of course something you should know a little bit about Visual Studio Code before you start writing your code. That's why I just focus in these two videos to explain and explore around Visual Studio Code. In the next video, we will continue our web design and we will continue our CSS course. Okay, I think it is enough for today. Thank you for watching.